All right, Fight News fans. We are privileged this morning to be here with the female boxing pioneer, the former Super Welterweight champ of the WBC, and Hall of Famer Christy Martin. Christy, good morning. How are you?
Morning, I'm great. It's always a pleasure to spend some time with you.
All right. Yeah, it's been a bit since your movie. We had the viewing night here in just outside of Syracuse in Manlius. It was October, November, something like that. It was chilly. I know that.
It was awesome. Yeah, I think it was in November we did it.
Yeah, that's right. So good to see you again. So first of all, congratulations. You got the plum of doing the putting on the show for the Hall of Fame boxing night at the Turning Stone on June 12th, Friday. Tell us how that came about.
No, a lot of work and a lot of aggravation and keep putting my proposal in front of the people at the Turning Stone. And finally I got the break to actually to get to do the show at the Hall of Fame. And that's so special to me to be part of Hall of Fame weekend. My relationship with Ed Brophy and everybody up at the Hall of Fame goes back to like 1996 when I was actually the Grand Marshal for the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame induction weekend. So it's a lot of fun and it's a big honor to be able to bring the boxing match to the fight fans. And these are real fight fans that are coming this weekend to see the Hall of Fame induction. It's the people that really understand boxing and want to see good fights.
Yeah, those are hardcore fans that make it, trek to Canastota and in the region and to Verona for the fights. There's fans that come from all over the world, to that special weekend in June. So you got that gig again. Congratulations, and tell us about the headliner. I'm calling it the Battle of the Victors, but tell us a little bit about that featherweight fight.
This fight is really special because it's a fight that could headline any show, and we're just lucky and fortunate enough that it's headlining our show at the Hall of Fame induction at Turning Stone. Um, both of these Vics are at that place in their life and their career. We're gonna win this fight and step forward, or you're gonna lose this fight and reload.
Right.
This is, and it's going to be one of those. I mean, it's two Mexican guys fighting each other that have that Mexican machismo. They're going to go. We're going to probably be able to draw a line in the sand. We could fight this fight in a telephone booth.
Mhm.
It's going to be entertaining. The fight fans are going to love it, and I can't wait to see it myself. I'm excited about this fight.
Now, how for those that don't know, Victor Hernandez is your featherweight. How did you settle on Vic Macias?
So
It's,
we're working with UFC Fight Pass,
yeah,
and UFC Fight Pass actually brought Vic Pasillas to the dance. So we're gonna dance with them, and it's not an easy fight. Most promoters always look to put their fighter in a showcase fight. Well, I am. I'm going to showcase my guy. My guy's a real fighter. So we're going to step up and take this challenge. We're not running from real fights. We're not running from challenges. We're going to step up and take these fights.
yeah, and you're known for not putting your charges in against easy walkover fights. I remember covering one of your shows down in Myrtle Beach a few years ago, and a lot of those guys were in real battles, your fighters against other fighters, and they weren't walkovers.
I think in order to keep growing fans, we have to give them good fights. But in order for your fighter to grow, you have to put him in fights that push him each time. And maybe the first fight you put him in with somebody that's a level three, maybe, and then the next fight you need to step up to four and five, and you just keep growing. If they don't fight tougher competition each time, they're not going to get better. So this is what I believe, and this is the way I feel like I was treated. You have to fight whomever's out there. So um, that's how I see it with my guys. They have to fight the best fight for them. And in this particular situation with Victor Hernandez, this is a real fight, and he's gonna step up and do his thing. And he's an action-packed fighter. Both of these guys, both Victors, are very action-packed. They're gonna bring so much excitement and entertainment to the fight fans June 12th. I'm totally excited about this fight.
Now, yeah, and your Victor Hernandez he's undefeated. He's 15-0, 13 knockouts. So he's a big puncher.
He definitely is a puncher. He's one of those guys that his power is also in the accumulation of punches.
Okay.
He throws combinations, and it's not so much one punch knockout power, but he's going to beat you down,
Hmm.
and that's his strength. He's going to keep coming, and he's going to keep punching. Um, Victor Pasillas, is a southpaw that's a little bit slick, but he also just likes to stand there and fight. So I think this fight, it's a can't miss. It's going to be a lot of fireworks.
Yeah. And now, can you tell us a little bit about the rest of the card, how that's shaping up, or where you're at?
Or one of the co-features will be Kimon Evans versus Zach Randolph. And, Kimon was originally scheduled to fight Richie Rivera, Popeye. Popeye got a bigger offer to fight later in the year, so he took that. And Zach Randolph was right there ready to step in and challenge Kimon for this NABA Gold Cruiserweight title. This is going to be an exciting fight, and it's a good fight for both guys. Again, it's a crossroads fight. The person that wins will take a bigger step and move on toward the hopefully a world title shot, and the loser will have to kind of sit back and reflect on, is this what I need to do for the rest of my career or not?
Yeah. Um, I saw one of your recent promotions actually down, I believe it was in Houston. Congratulations on your fighter Efatobo Pochi winning the NABF Cruiserweight title. I was actually crossing my fingers hoping that he'd be ready to go again. I don't know if that was a thought, but that would have any fight that Efatobo is in is exciting.
We were so excited and hoping to put Tobar Pochi in as the main event, but he had a little injury from that fight that he wasn't able to be back in the gym and 100% ready. And he's one of those guys that he focuses really intently, and everything has to be just in place for him to get ready to step through the ropes. So he decided to wait a little longer this year before he fights again. But that's so exciting that Tobar Pochi was has that NABF title and looking for the WBC world title.
Yeah, well, that having that belt will put him nicely in the rankings for the WBC. So congrats on that. Um, and how else are we doing? You mentioned the cruiserweight fight. I know you have a female fight that's actually a rematch from February 28th, the last show that the Turning Stone did.
But this 4 round female fight may steal the show because it was a draw the first time, a lot of action, and again, I expect nothing less this time. A lot of action, a lot of excitement, and Katrina's bringing the heat. She's the local fighter up there, so she's going to be bringing a lot of fans, and we're excited to see that rematch. We
Right.
have Desmond Lyons will be challenging Dominique Francis, and that's gonna be, look, this card is loaded. There's not one fight that's on this fight, whether you're a Christy Martin fighter or you're a local fighter. Everybody's in a true fight. Desmond Lyons is a Christy Martin fighter, going to fight Dominique Francis. Great fight. That's going to be a great fight at 135. We have uh, Devin Parrish, who's coming up at 154. He's going to be in a tough fight. Everybody on the card, top to bottom, it's all fights. Kevin Cunningham's bringing one of his fighters up. It's a great honor for me. I've been working with Kevin since way back in the Don King days. So here we are again, reuniting to put one of his fighters on. So that's exciting. I can't wait. I mean, like I said, this card we have right now we have 9 fights. Of course, we're still a month out, so we might lose one. But every fight on its own, I'm excited about.
I feel like this is one of those shows where, even though, some of the fighters aren't household names, even amongst hardcore fans, when the fans leave at the end of the night, they're going to remember this night and have some new names, on their list of fighters that they want to follow because it seems like that kind of a card.
And that's what I think this weekend is about. Sometimes, let's say we had a name to bring in to be the main event, but it's a Hall of Fame weekend, so it would kind of get overshadowed. This is opportunity for some of these young fighters to come out, put on the fight of their life, and now the boxing world's talking about them because this was the fight that happened at the Hall of Fame. So, like the boxing critics, the boxing promoters, the boxing fans are all going to be there with their eyes on these guys. um, it's just a great opportunity. I tell my fighters, you have to be ready at all times because you never know when that you're not going to get the knock at the door. You never know when you're going to get your Deirdre Gogarty opportunity that I had in 1996. And if you're not ready, that opportunity that not may never happen again. But I feel like this is that night that each and every one of these fighters can steal the hearts of the boxing fans.
Yeah. Now, I hate to do this to you, Christy, but it actually, I'm in the same boat. You mentioned the fight with Deirdre Gogarty in 1996, 30 years ago. Can
No,
can you believe that?
I can't. We're actually going to do a celebration this year at the Women's Hall of Fame in October out in Las Vegas, celebrating 30 years. That just seems crazy. Like in my mind, I'm not even 30 years old. So how could that fight have happened 30 years ago?
I know you were a baby, right? So for fans who may not be able to make it, are they going to be able to see this fight? Is there a broadcast deal or a streaming deal or anything like that in place yet?
So the fight will be streamed on UFC Fight Pass.
Okay.
We're way excited about this opportunity to work with them, not just for this show, but future shows as well. It's going to be a great night of boxing.
That's awesome. Well, Christy, congratulations, on getting this, promotional opportunity on, really one of the biggest weekends, in the boxing world every year, during the Hall of Fame induction weekends. Friday night, fans either come and watch it live and take in the rest of the Hall of Fame festivities over that weekend, or tune in on UFC Fight Pass, as Christy just told us. You're going to be in for a treat, Christy. This was a treat to talk with you again and find out a little bit more about this show. And looking forward to seeing you in June.
Absolutely. Can't wait. I'm so excited to be up there and be part of the Hall of Fame show at the Turning Stone Casino and Resort. How much better can I get? It's my birthday, June 12th. It'll be my birthday.
That's right. So early happy birthday, and I have a feeling there might be a little special celebration planned for you in the ring. Who knows? That's
Hopefully.
intuition.
All right. Awesome.
Thanks for your time, Chrissy. We'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.